Hey everybody, I know that I had teased something about the Masters of the Universe Classics collection turning into a video. I'm afraid it's about to become 3 because I was going to make it a top 10 figures video, but I just cannot do that without breaking down the honorable mentions first. Start with the heroes today. Deal with these guys. Deal with the bad guys Thursday. Culminate on Friday. Here we go. Away we go. We can see Mechanic and we can see Cyclone there. Okay. Just a second. Cyclone, yes. And Mechanic. Always two of my favorite Heroic Warriors action figures back in the vintage series. And I wish that Filmation had used them a little more often. Then along came Mike Young Productions to actually give Mechanic, Cyclone actual character development, so that was good too. Alright, you got Lizard Man. He was an interesting heroic warrior. He came with Skeletor's sword that he had used in the Dragon's Gift, and he came with the Diamond Ray of Disappearance from, well, the Diamond Ray of Disappearance episode. That is one thing about Masters of the Universe Classics. They tended to package figures with weapons that belonged to someone else so that you would keep collecting until you eventually got the right figure out of it. Here we go. We've got Queen Vina and King Grayskull. King Grayskull, the earliest He-Man. His wife, Queen Vina. Possibly the earliest Sorceress. I'm honestly more of a fan of her figure than I am of his. King Grayskull came with about 3 different versions of the Power Sword, so that's cool. Queen Vina can be a little difficult to keep standing unless she's leaning against something. I think her wings kind of get in the way of her balance. Here we go. Here's Queen Angela and Randor and Queen Marlena. Queen Marlena was an interesting figure. She came with her Captain Glenn gear as well. But the thing is, Mattel never made a Queen Marlena, and they didn't make a Filmation accurate Queen Angela either. But hey, what's this going on right below Queen Marlena and King Randor's feet? Excuse me, Revelation Tayla. What is this? Now, well, that couldn't be King Randor's constant screw-up of a son. Just ask King Randor. Adam is a constant screw-up. Nothing more, nothing less. And here we are. Yeah, that is the Club Grayskull version of Adam. That was a great figure, I thought. It was cool that they added the lightning effect for his sword and they made him Filmation accurate. I wish they had made a Club Grayskull version of Adora, but the Classics version of Adora is honestly pretty close. It could be a little brighter. She could come in a little brighter colors. Oh. You are Cringer. Hmm? There's Cringer. The problem was he was packaged with Queen Marlena, and I really wish he would have been packaged with Adam. Moving on. We got Orco here. Well, we've got Relay from the Manchines there. We've got Orco there. That is actually Masters of the Universe Origins Orco, but he came the absolute closest to looking like his Filmation counterpart. Uncle Montork and Driel are hiding back there. Burby! He was packaged with, oh my goodness, the Mondo He-Man. And I just found Burby as a standalone on eBay one day. Oh, dearie my, madam. Raz and the Broom. Oh, you're wondering about this? You couldn't be wondering about this. Moving on. Oh, alright. Club Grayskull He-Man Origins Battle Cats. We've got Huntara and the Seahawk from She-Ra's series. Classics made a great design of both of those figures, and I'm just glad that they came along. We've got Sir Laserlot. He was kind of a weird figure to have. Prince Dare, I'm not too familiar with. I can't remember now. Club Grayskull's version of She-Ra. She's got her sword, she's got sword to shield, and sword to boomerang is lying on the ground there. Oh yes, Katrina. Club Grayskull actually released Katrina's figure when honestly they were meant to re-release the figures that Mattel had already done. But honestly, she kind of works. At this point, she was part of the final wave in Club Grayskull before Super 7 lost the Masters of the Universe line. I hope they get it back because there are figures that I really was looking forward to from there. Manny Faces, Club Grayskull Manny Faces. I just like that he came with the Photanium weapons, like the triple-bladed staff there, or the blaster with the blade on it, or hey, that's Buzz-Off's Stinger Lance. But no Club Grayskull version of Buzz-Off. We have the Club Grayskull version of Fisto and the Classics version of Stridor. I'm just glad that Club Grayskull came along and re-released Fisto, because his Classics figure is one of those that is extremely rare right now, extremely expensive. Mighty Spectre is hiding there. He's an interesting looking character. We've got the Origins version of Clamp, the Origins version of Clamp Champ on his card. The Rise of Evil 2-pack is hiding back there, and I honestly cannot remember who was in the... It's probably Powered Skeletor in the Masterverse box. Yeah, I think it's God Skeletor. We've got the Club Grayskull version of Stratos. He was interesting. And Hawk and Delora are hiding behind him to complete the bird people. Yeah, the figure that I have of... Wait a second. Which one was the redhead? The figure that I have wearing Hawk's head. Her leg is not... Her leg is really loose. The only way I can get her to stand is to have her in that crouching position and not even holding her smoke gun. Delora's holding the sword. Alright. We have here the Filmation version of the Sorceress. Club Grayskull Sorceress. Very, very interesting. Very articulate. I like it. I love her. I love that figure. Zohar the Falcon. Light Hope as he would have looked like in a human form. Enough teasing. Behold the oldest and wisest of dragons, Granomir. And Cowl hiding behind him. There's someone hiding back here. Okay, sorry, we lost the last video somewhere. Here's Granomir again. That's a nice placeholder. Now, who's this behind the door? Shall we? Who is that? Right behind the sword there. Ah! There's Loki. I found the preachy little beast. I found the preachy little beast. Oh, sorry. That was Mechanic that I just knocked over. Okay. Moving on. We have got your Eternian Palace Guards. Nice ad from the Classics collection. Mattel just never made them in the Vintage series. And we have your Super 7 Club Grayskull. Tayla, her adoptive father Man-at-Arms. Both very well constructed. You can see Man-at-Arms' mace. You can see his stasis ray from the dragon invasion, and you can see his arm blasters from every single opening sequence. Moving on. Oh, there's Frosta. Yes, one of my favorite little ladies from the Princess of Power series. One of my favorite little ladies. Adora's another one. Who's this? Glimmer, another of my favorite little ladies. And now that we're looking at Snake Mountain, this is a nice time to transition into tomorrow's video. Okay. Now, what is there to say about the good guys from Masters of the Universe Classics or from the Super 7 toy line, Club Grayskull? A huge plethora of figures either from Mike Young Productions, from Filmation, from the mini comics, and they even made some from the New Adventures. Who could they have possibly added? I kind of wish they'd made a Club Grayskull version of Ram Man, and I kind of miss when the Classics version of Ram Man was standing about right over yonder. Would have been in that little gaping hole. But I've got the Origins version of Ram Man coming tomorrow. Club Grayskull variation would have been nice. Of the Heroic Warriors. I kind of wish they would have made Garn from the Tale of Two Cities Filmation episode, or Slave City mini comic. Yeah, he was in both. Or even Malaktha, the royal archaeologist, had several appearances in Filmation and yet was never immortalized in plastic. You know, of the New Adventures of He-Man, I never cared for the animated series. I did like the original toy line that Mattel made. I kind of wish they would have made at least Spinwit or KO, maybe Master Cebrian. Or of the mini comics, I wish that they would have made Prince Daikon. That would have been a cool figure. Maybe one of these days, once Netflix is done double dipping out of the Masters of the Universe toy line, maybe Super 7 can get it back. I'm not positive on that. Now that's all for today. Yep. Tomorrow we're exploring the bad guys tomorrow. More of my More of my prattling will happen then. Until then, good job and good luck. Best wishes. Dun-dun. A lot of what I thought I needed to know, I learned from watching 80s cartoons. If you feel that there's more about me that you'd like to know, hey, feel free to click the subscribe button. It's right there. I thank you for your time. Hope to see you again soon.